Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video of One Piece Bounty Rush. Now, took a small break from the game. After that shafting on the Bounty Festival banner, it's happened every single time I try to pull on a Bounty Festival character, or Bounty Festival characters in general anyway. I took a small step back, kind of just sat for a bit, but I am going to try to get up to S+ by the end of the season just to try and do some good work. But today I want to go ahead and cover some more on the game because there actually is some very interesting stuff announced for the next season of the game. And also, I currently have a reroll on my phone of a level 70 Doffy and Gear 4th. I might do a video on there once I get up to A+ on there, just to be able to try and do a showcase, just because I want to play as them on recording at some point, and we'll get there when we get there. But for right now, this banner has unfortunately destroyed my ass. And I know people were talking about how I should go and grab the scout ticket, but honestly, these scout tickets right here are super not worth it. The price is not only ridiculously high, but it also doesn't guarantee you a new character. The actual legendary ticket only guarantees you one of the legendary characters on the banner themselves, and there's only a 60% chance to actually get them guaranteed at the end as well. So I saw someone buy the Kizaru ticket. They got one copy of Kizaru and no other 4 stars, and that was it for their entire ticket. So I don't trust this, and I don't think it's quite worth it for me either, honestly. It's ridiculous, honestly. So unfortunately, the shaft came about and we got destroyed. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and pop into this and talk about a little bit more on the game. So we do have some very exciting news here in the brand new balance changes. So we haven't personally gotten a balance patch just yet for this game. This is the first time they're actually trying it out for the first time, and they seem to be making some very interesting choices and some very well thought out choices for certain characters. So we're just gonna pop through this. I might do like 1 or 2 games today. Depends on how long this takes in general, but we'll just pop into this and see how it goes. So let's go in. Now, this is starting from Season 17 onwards, meaning when you have the maintenance in 2 more days, that's when it'll end up dropping. First of all, adjustments made to scoring inside league battles. So first, recovery skills will give you less points now, meaning if you do play as Chopper, if you play as Vivi, if you play as basically like any healer, you're not going to get MVP anymore. We have a pretty big issue right now where someone that's playing as Chopper, for example, can get like 10,000 points in one game because they can just like instantly get MVP off of healing constantly, just being around their like subsequent defender. So this changes that up quite a bit. We also have adjustments made to the amount of points earned from treasure gauge recovery and the amount of points earned from continued combat in your team's treasure area. Meaning it seems like defenders are going to be getting more points for them charging up their treasures, and if you're fighting in an area around your own treasure, you'll still probably charge it, despite the fact that enemies are there. Right now, if an enemy is within the area of a treasure, you get no charge whatsoever. I think it'll be debuffed to make, or it'll be buffed to make sure you can still get some charge while they're standing there anyway. And then we have the actual changes to the actual characters themselves. So, adjustments to the following characters' motions, skills, and traits in order to improve their ease of use. So normal attacks of Boa Hancock adjusted the travel distance of normal attacks, and every normal attack will connect more easily. Her Nando was pretty bad in general before, so I don't know how much this will change her. From what I've seen, unless you're someone that mains her, I haven't seen her used a heck of a lot in the current meta. The issue is that in terms of red runners, Skypiea Zoro still does a better job, and Doffy does even better than that. So they definitely needed to make her better to make her more relevant. I'm curious as to how she'll change, because she actually did get some other buffs as well in her traits and her actual abilities. So we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. We have Aokiji, which got adjusted the first step and second step of normal attacks to connect more easily, meaning the slash and then like the slide forward, I believe, before he does like the shoot downwards, which should make him quite a bit easier. And Django adjusted every normal attack to connect more easily. I don't know anyone who plays as Django, and the other 2 are Bounty Festival characters, but I respect it, you know? Make the 2 stars better, make them heroes, and maybe I'll become a Django main. We'll see. We have a change to Whitebeard here in his skills. His skill 1 Basically, every one of these got a straight buff in terms of the skill cooldown or the skill damage. Whitebeard, his first went from 90 seconds to 62, and now it goes from 75 down to 51. I would say that the best part of Whitebeard's kit in general right now is his first. The shockwave is super nice, and the damage is fantastic, so that's great for him. He will do a heck of a lot better. We have a Wapol, of which got a change where now he's going to be a little bit more relevant compared to the Green Zoro. So Green Zoro, when you would use his second strong attack, it would end up doing 7,000 flat damage. And Wapol was a lesser version of that, where his skill 1 would do 320 up to 2,000. Well, now it's getting buffed to do 670 all the way up to 4,230. Meaning he will be a better defender for early game, but I don't still see him being very relevant because Zoro is just so much better even so. But it's cool. He's getting a nice buff. Kuzan Aokiji got buffs to both of his skills. His skill 1 went from 75 to 51 before, and his skill 2 went from 45 to 31. Both got buffs to go from 65 to 44, and then the cooldown of skill 2 goes from 35 down to 24, meaning that he's going to be able to pop these super often. The second, or the, like, 7 seconds or so doesn't really matter that much in skill 1, but for skill 2, having that every 24 seconds is going to make him pretty good at trying to make sure the enemy's just frozen straight up. And then using that second, you can easily go into your first and have a good job with it. So it should be quite good. We'll see how he goes when he actually gets released, but it sounds good on paper. Then we have Vivi, of which has just straight damage increases to all our different abilities. It's only increases by like 100 damage per, so I don't see it being very good for her. She's not really a great character, even in like the area of effect that she does is nowhere near what it needs to be. So I'm going to say, even though she's getting buffed, it's just meh at best. And they have adjustments to traits, which is going to be a pretty big one. So before the changes, Boa Hancock, she was mostly focused around using her first constantly. Her first was her main thing. I believe that's like the heart pullback thing. Here, let's go and check this real quick. So I want to talk about this like I actually know what I'm doing. I haven't used her personally, so I want to find out how she works before we do this. So her skill 1 is like the fire outwards. Okay. Her skill 2 is the one where she fires out like the heart and pulls it back like that, like an arrow. So in that case, her new abilities compared to what she had before, her ult set used to be based on trying to get her first off as soon as possible and using it to get her cooldown reduction on her skill 2. As well as when your team was in an area before, you would be able to get a cooldown reduction speed of skill 1 to 50%. Meaning, if you're winning, you get your first more often. After the changes, when your HP is above 70%, boost the cooldown reduction speed of skill 2 by 50. I believe that's supposed to be 50%, because it's only like a 23-second cooldown on her second. But, so she gets the cooldown reduction speed of 50% on her second when she first starts off as well. So off the bat, she'll be a really good runner for just trying to get her second off a bunch of times. And when your team has more treasure secured, increase damage by 20%. Meaning, if you're winning, just do more work, just do better. It's going to make her... So you're not going to be able to use her skills as often, but the trade-off for that, she's going to do more damage when she does use her skills, and her seconds be more available. And her main goal is to stone the enemies anyway, so her second is more worth it regardless. So she should be better. I don't really know how much better she'll be, but her NAD's better. Her second's going to be used more often. Her damage is higher. She sounds pretty good on paper. We have the buff to Whitebeard as well, which he used to have it where when he's low on health, you get a 300% crit rate for 20 seconds. You just end up dying afterwards anyway, so it didn't really matter that much. Now, when HP is below 30%, increase defense by 30% for 20 seconds. So even if you get healed, you still keep that 30% defense increase for 20 seconds anyway. This should be a hell of a lot better for trying to actually hold down a point until your team gets there, because when you get almost one shot, you'll have that little bit of extra buffer with this to be able to do some more work before you die. So that should be nice. I think he got a pretty nice buff there. God knows defenders need that more than crit rate, so that's nice. Kid. Okay. So Eustace Kid is currently my main. I play as him the most. He's level 85. He does a great job. This doesn't look too great. So before, When you KO an opponent, reduce the cooldown time of skill 1 by 30%. And when you're in the area around your team's treasure, boost the cooldown reduction speed of skill 2 by 50%. Meaning you can constantly get your attacks off, get your arms back up, which is his first, and a second just be able to fire out and be good to go. Now, when receiving damage, 5% chance to increase speed by 30% for 20 seconds. Meaning, it went from whenever you kill an enemy and do a good job and earn a kill, you get your arms back more often, to when you get hit, which you have to get hit before, which could just kill you, you have a 5% chance of maybe getting faster. Horrible. Just horrible. He got shafted here. And additionally, we have it where when you're in the area around your team's treasure, boost cooldown reduction speed of skill 1 by 50%. Meaning he's going to be able to use his second far less often. This is going to hurt him, especially on Drum Island, where his main goal was to be at the top, use his second immediately and get it back as soon as possible while trying to get the treasure. So it's not looking too great. But it does make more sense that he gets his skill 1 back faster around the treasures because he like gets more magnets around him and he charges it faster. But I'm very unhappy about these changes for Kid, and I'm hoping he ends up kind of still being all right. Depends on how often the increased speed actually kicks in. But with a 95% chance of it not proccing on every hit, I doubt it'll be very relevant. And he seems like he's just got a straight nerf here. So that is quite sad. Kuzan got a new buff here where before, when your team was around or has more treasures secured, boost the cooldown reduction speed of skill 1 by 50%. It has now changed from that cooldown reduction to when using skill 1, increase defense by 30% for 20 seconds, which is fantastic. So his cooldown reduction is already going down to 44 seconds on his skill 1, meaning anytime you build a castle around you and do a good job with it, you also increase your defenses for 20 whole counts, which when you first start off the game, he's going to be one of the best defenders for picking up the first flag on stuff like Arlong Park and Saboti, because when you use that castle will hit everybody unless they perfect dodge it. Even if they do, they're going to try and return you that damage regardless if they do dodge it. So you're going to want to have that defense increase regardless. And 20 seconds is pretty long, honestly. Hell, it takes Whitebeard down to 30% HP to actually get that 30% defense buff there. So they're making it so Aokiji's going to be one of the best defenders in the game right now. Which should be crazy. I'm very excited for that. I don't personally have him, but he'll be pretty crazy. And then Vivi has a buff here. She used to have it where when your team had less treasure, you get more dodge. And when there's less 60 seconds remaining, get your cooldown 1 more quickly. While now her new change is when your team has less treasure secured, boost capture speed by 50%. That's crazy. Okay. And when there's less than 60 seconds remaining, boost cooldown reduction speed of skill 1 by 100%. Meaning double the speed of her cooldown reduction. That's pretty incredible, honestly. So her first is... I don't know how fast it charges, actually. Let's go check this. Where is Vivi? Here she is. So 32 seconds at max. That's going to be pretty crazy. 15 seconds to be able to use your skill 1 is pretty solid. So that actually is quite good. She might be okay at using, but I don't know if she'll be that great for like casual use. We also have Arm Point Chopper, of which used to have cooldown reduction of his speed whenever you're not near a treasure area, or whenever your allies aren't near a treasure area. Now, when HP is 80% or higher, reduce stagger effect, meaning no knockbacks on any of the abilities that hit him. That'll be cool. Against stuff like Luffy, for example, the blue attacker's time skip Luffy, or like a Shanks, he's going to be able to just completely not get hit back and use his first, or just hit enemies super easily. So I don't know if it'll make him usable per se. He's not really a great unit right now, but it'll make him better for use inside like Survival 100. So that's cool. And finally, Kaya, she's fine. She used to have it where she would get her second faster when it was close to the end of the game. When a character on your team is KO'd, you boost the team boost gauge by 3%. And when HP is 70% or lower, reduce damage received by 20%. Now, when there's less than 60 seconds remaining, get skill 2 100% faster. When a character on your team is KO'd, boost the team gauge by 5%. And when you lose a treasure, boost the team gauge by 5% as well. So she's pretty much the most picture-perfect version of a support character possible. But that's still quite cool. I'm not going to use her ever. She's at 5-star, and even so, she could be a relevant healer if she was able to kind of do some more work in terms of her damage, but that's her main weakness. So she'll sit there. She'll do her own things. She remains just here. Can I actually max her out? Oh, maybe soon. We'll see after the buffs. For right now, though, we're going to go ahead and pop into one game with Whitebeard. Just kind of chill for today. Honestly, I do think that the actual changes they made here, with the new characters, or like with the new traits and stuff like that, with the new abilities, it sounds pretty good on paper. Some other characters I would have wanted to try and see some nerfs on. For example, like Moria's defenses could have kind of taken a little bit of a hit. Skypiea Zoro, I feel like he could have had a little bit more cooldown on his second, especially. But whatever works, whatever works. And basically, they took the approach where they weren't bringing characters down to the other level. They're bringing bad characters up to the same level, which does do a pretty good job right there. So we'll see how they end up changing things around. But I'm hoping today I can end up getting into S+ and kind of being done. I'm going to try to record my games and try and see if I can do my Frankie Eustace Kid games just for today. But let's go ahead and pop into this. Okay, so that match had a bunch of hackers. So I'm good on recording that match, because fuck me. What we're going to do, we're going to pop into this. We're going to play as Kid, because there's a hell of a lot of reds on the enemy team. And just have a good time. This shit gets me so fucking salty, man. Like, especially up into, like, S and S+. I've been encountering a lot more hackers and people that just kind of... They jump around the map, they one-shot enemies, they just kind of zip across, and it hurts me. There's even now, after 7 months into the game, there's still no report system, so it's just how it ends up going sometimes. It hurts me, honestly, and I'm just gonna hope for the best here. Hopefully we end up loading in pretty quickly, though. Because this just kind of happens as well. Here. Let's do it. But yeah, I got pretty destroyed by those festival banners going, like, in the past. All the Bounty Festival characters that come around, every banner I've tried to actually pull on has just been fairly unfortunate. So I meant to dodge into that for the Sabo, but that didn't quite work out too well. Guys, there's a hell of a lot of greens here. I can't really do a heck of a lot of work against them. Well, I'm just gonna do that. All right. Well, I need to kill the Mihawk. I can't really do much against the Sabo, honestly. Okay, so he's gonna dodge out that way. All right, Lufacius. God damn it. It's my last day to actually get my current traits on kids, so I better make it last. You got this, Luffy. Good job. You Kong that gun. Uh-oh. Wow. Okay, he's good at trying to dodge that, actually. All right. Go, you team boosted. All right. I'm getting out. Go! Sabo team boosted hurts a lot. Honestly, he's one of the rougher characters to deal with. I shot that the wrong way. God damn it. So you're boosted. I was hoping you would go and grab the flag. God damn it. That was all my fault. He's fucking playing Shanks and S. I can't believe this. Our entire team's going and fighting over there, so let's go ahead and try and guard treasure right now. I'm gonna grab this just to try and be safer. We need to get this done. Oh no. Pound it! That did nothing. At least I get to live past this attack right here. But this is bad. Damn it! Alright, Luffy, please kill him and grab that flag. That was all on me. Honestly, I need to try and get the habit of actually learning how you play our buddy old pal Whitebeard. Kizaru just kind of controls fields, though. Here we go. I just need to grab this. You know he's going to attack me, so I can do this. I just need one hit on him. Damn it! Buggy, please. Buggy, please do it! Okay, so we have that flag. Yeah, that's just how it ends up going. Ugh. Even now, though, I'm not really finding this, like, momentum. I'm glad this at least doesn't have a hacker inside this game. But yeah, this is how the S goes. And that's how the GG goes for right now. It's probably the only match I want to do for today, honestly. I'm not really feeling it. But GG's for the moment. Oh, that was Pornhub! That would explain a lot. Well, we actually got the chance to fight against Pornhub inside one of these videos. That's quite cool. We see him around a lot, so it's always fun. For right now, though, I am going to try and take a small little grind today to try and get up to S+. I'll try and record some matches, and we'll try and do a post-commentary tomorrow. But this season, with the Doffies, with the Luffys, that Kizaru was crazy. And with the Shaft and everything, my motivation kind of went down a little bit. I'm going to try and pick stuff back up and try and get more into the habit of popping back on for the next season. But thank you for watching this episode of One Piece Bounty Rush. The actual updates for the adjustments are coming up soon, and I'm quite excited about them. None of the characters I currently play are getting anything that makes them especially better. Whitebeard will be good, and I'll try him out after the update as well, but I don't really have him at 5-star just yet, so he's not going to be as great. So we'll see. For right now, though, thank you for watching this episode of One Piece Bounty Rush. Take it easy. I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now, everybody. Take it easy.